Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we hike Nelson Ledges State Park. Get ready for the Falls Edge Glass Walkway. And Alfie joins me to offer proper tea etiquette. But first, the perfect shower, graduation, or Mother's Day gift. A minifigure from MiMe. Well, this is a very interesting place. I am here at MiMe with the owner, Renee. And before we go any further, it is not mime, it is not MiMe, it is MiMe.
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 Like My Mini Me. That's how we named the business.
That is what they make here. One of the many things they do. This is actually 3D 360 printing. What, 1/10 of their actual size? Is that how that works?
Right. We use what we call our MiMe scale. We'll measure your inches of size, and if you're 65 inches, which is 5'5",
right,
you will then be a 6.5-inch figurine. So it's 1/10 scale. We actually have a program that we do called Grow With Me. We give you a discount every year, and so because we maintain that 1/10 scale, if you're so tall this year and you come back next year and you grew 2 inches,
well, you better,
your figurine's going to be a little bit taller. So it's really cute. This particular material that we use is called sandstone. It's like a ceramic,
but it's pretty sturdy. And this just goes layer by layer, and you can see how eventually it's the girl.
Right. It's actually made after it comes out of our printer. We dip it in a curing solution that brightens all the colors, and it brings it all to the surface, and it really hardens it. It makes it kind of like a stone, like statue, like a sandstone.
I mean, it is so. But here's the thing that really kills me: the bride and the groom cake toppers.
So we do a special process for the bride and groom. So the bride, if she wants to wear her dress, can do this about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of the wedding. And we'll take the photo in her dress, and then he can come at a separate time, and we'll take his photo, and then we basically marry them together, literally in the computer,
and graphically. Justice of the peace, yes.
For what we do, there's roughly 5 places in the entire country that can do what we are doing here. And we do everything under one roof. So it's really made in the USA and made right here in Ohio. This is our photo booth, our 3D photo booth. And this is where we say we scan you. We're basically taking your photo in 3 dimensions. So we have 100 cameras. With one click of the camera button, we get 200 photos. Wow. And the cool thing about this is we call it scanning, but it's really iPhone cameras. That's all we have here. We have 100.
There's no radiation. This is just a camera.
Right, and some people get that, thought maybe going, but this is no more, dangerous than take a picture on your iPhone. On 3,
okay.
I'm going to click the camera button.
Okay.
And then the lights are going to get bright.
Okay.
There you go. Smile. 1, 2, and 3.
So now you have this gorgeous image of me that I have,
yes.
that I have approved.
Yes.
What happens to this
in your
database?
Great question. So we're going to save you forever under the shot number that we've taken. And so if for any reason you might want a duplicate in the future, you can call us back and we will produce this same figurine for you at 50% off original price.
Wow. Well, Chris is the tech genius here at MiMe. And in addition to the figures, you sell the 3D printers.
Correct.
I mean, this is really where it all began, and this is a basic home model?
Yes.
Would I be able to replace a little part if I had something to recreate?
So issues with that, if you have the ability to 3D model the part you want.
I see, yeah.
So there are libraries online where you may be able to find your part and you could download it and print it, or we offer modeling service.
You do that, huh? Because when I was here the other day, a woman had built a bakery rack and a lot of the clips were broken. And you were able to provide her with even sturdier clips than the original rack.
Yes, we reverse engineered the clip, nominally better than the original clip. Depending on what material the customer wants, we can also custom design a solution for them to print in materials they want or objects that
A little more of an involved,
Yes.
higher tech.
Yes.
So you know how Chris was talking about reverse engineering? If you have a worn out part that is no longer available, Joe took advantage of that, and this is
The housing that holds the taillight bracket to the car for a 1937 Terraplane utility coupe.
wow, and that's part of like the Hudson line.
Correct.
You had the original part that they were able
Yes.
to remanufacture?
Yes.
And are you sure this is going to be sturdy enough?
Yes. Extremely. It's as durable as the original.
And you can paint it?
Yes.
It
With the proper
accepts
prep
paint.
from
Right.
making sure you do all the procedures to prep it correctly for
Is
the
this the
paint.
first one he's done for you?
This is the second set.
See? You have something that doesn't work right, and you need the part that can do that here too. And you know how to properly pronounce the business's name, right?
MiMe.
MiMe, not mine, MiMe. Well, you saw that I got shot last week, and you can't do this on the same day. It takes about a week to get your little figure. And I wore the same exact clothes, so now we're back for the great reveal. I am really kind of nervous about this because I was kind of
exciting.
uncomfortable posing in there, you know? But you told me, hand on the hip,
Yeah.
on the leg. So I'm ready. Okay, let's see it.
Okay, here we go. So exciting. Drum roll.
Oh my gosh!
We did take the liberty to put the special base. We put your
Look at that,
logo,
the
Casey Malone
logo.
show logo on the base for you.
That
What
is
do you
the
think?
blouse. You did a great job
I
on
know,
the
it's so awesome.
blouse. This is just a fabulous idea. I just love what you're doing here. And I mean, one of only 5 in the country. And we are
Right.
so lucky to have it right here in our valley. I mean, really, you guys, I'm telling you, MiMe, you got to check this place out because it is unbelievable. And you can get a bunch of mini-me's from MiMe.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Sweet Memories, vintage teas and candy in Liberty, a store like no other. Step through our doors and travel back in time. Remember the nostalgic candy, vintage sodas, and retro toys you thought were gone forever? You'll find all your classic favorites and so much more. Because memories are best when shared, we give back to local charities. Sweet Memories, vintage teas and candy, bringing you joy one memory at a time.
It's patio season at Carmela's. Enjoy our family's traditional Italian favorites and creative daily specials. We're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. Carmela's on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
Weight loss goals aren't one size fits all. At Hurricane Health and Wellness, we understand the struggle. We've been there too. That's why we offer the most popular, effective weight loss medications at an affordable price. Look and feel your best today with Hurricane Health and Wellness.
This is GABA Camp, barrier-free camping and nature for our friends with disabilities. Thank you for your generous donations. We now have our first phase, but more work needs to be done. A lodge will provide a meeting place and food service for our adults with disabilities and their families. GABA Camp is a 501c3 organization. We need your help to grow. Donate to GABA Camp. Giving is living.
Shop C-Max Northside Appliance in Struthers, the local appliance store that beats big box prices every day.
3 generations serving Youngstown, Ohio, soon to be our 4th.
In my kitchen today is Alfie Farron, and he is a tea, I want to say aficionado, but actually you're a tea
sommelier.
not wine, but tea. I read about you in the Vindicator. Guy did a lovely write-up on you. And now he is here with us, originally from Manchester, England. And how did your whole fascination with tea, I mean, you're so knowledgeable. How did you develop that?
Well, basically, from the beginning with my mum, and we went to tea rooms when I was a young kid.
So we're going to go over high tea and the etiquette that goes around it. But first, we're going to make one recipe. And tell me what we are going to make today.
We're going to make a posset.
A lemon posset.
A lemon posset.
And a posset is just a little sweet treat.
Correct. It's something that you would have after an afternoon tea or a high tea.
It is only 2 cups of cream, heavy cream.
Correct.
1 cup of sugar, and then 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. So we're going to go to the stove, we're going to get this going, and we'll get it in the fridge, and then we will enjoy high tea.
First thing you do is pour the cream into a nice stainless steel pot. Don't use a non-stick because you're going to be using a decent whisk. You want a whisk that will get right into the corners, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get rid of the sugar and diffuse everything as you stir. What you're looking for is you'll see small little bubbles on the outer rim of the pot, and then you'll see some steam coming up. And as soon as you see the steam, that's when you pour in the lemon juice. Do not take this to a point where it's boiling. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add the lemon juice very slowly, becoming nice and thick now. And that's basically it. Take it off the heat. It then goes into the refrigerator and it solidifies overnight.
Well, of course I had to invite Jelaine because my mother does not drink coffee.
No.
You only drink tea.
That's right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to warm the pot.
Okay, so this is boiling water.
Yes,
And
that's it.
That's it?
That's all. You just
We're gonna warm it.
swirl it, and then pour it out.
And then we are having Welsh tea,
Yes.
Glengettie.
And we're using tea bags, and there's a reason for that, is because loose tea in the UK is incredibly expensive these days.
Okay, so how high are we filling this?
A little bit more.
All right.
Done.
Done.
Okay.
All right, so now, how long does this have to steep?
I would leave it probably for about 2 or 3 minutes. No longer than that. Tea is like red wine. It has tannins and acids in it. You don't squeeze the tea bags because then all the tannins and the acids will then go into the tea.
Oh.
And the English also put milk in their tea, which helps also to smooth out the tea. Because if not, you can end up with heartburn. It's a strong.
Right.
It's a
So
strong.
you don't get every last bit of tea out.
No, that's
And-
just being cheap.
Okay. And then, well, I think it's been 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we'll remove the bags. So now we have tea for 3.
Okay.
What's the most popular tea in Britain?
PG tips. And I'll tell you why they call it PG tips. Because basically tea is taken from a bush. It grows as a bush. The most expensive and the best tea is always at the top. So it's 2 leaves and a tip.
Oh.
That's PG tips. Cheers.
Can we cheers?
Cheers. Slanjival.
Slancha. And then you say it, Mom.
Nostrovia.
Nasrovia.
I made my chestnut cookies. Those are available on my website. Then I made Sister Mary Alice's scones, and Alfie said they were really good, so good job, sister. And then I made little sandwiches. I don't know if anybody's gonna like these, because I didn't have the proper bread and all this. And all it is butter and really thinly sliced cucumbers and a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of thyme. Through the miracle of television, these are possets that were made yesterday. So now we can enjoy them. And look at that. Yay! It's a grand old flag. Alfie, you're so patriotic.
Absolutely.
That's adorable. So now What am I looking for in this posset?
Okay, the first thing is that the top is solidified.
Yes.
Okay? The bottom is runny. And that's supposed to be what a posset is supposed to be. It's delicious.
All right, so that recipe will be on my website. Look for that, the lemon posset, and it will be under our desserts and sweets. Well, wasn't this delightful?
It was.
I mean, it's so civilized. We're never so civilized. And I guess, you know, in the tea, I like the idea because it really, it makes you stop. It makes you relax in the middle of the day. And it isn't like filling you up, but it really is a nice little snack.
Well, that was really the idea behind it, right?
You know.
As it was first started. It's about conversation. It's about being with somebody that you want to be with. And it's not about the cell phone. It's not about the TV that's in the restaurant. It's about being with somebody. If you are interested in the American connection with tea, I can highly recommend this book. It's called 10 Tea Parties That History Forgot. It's a joy to read. It's funny.
Thank you. Oh my God, you are.
Cheers, darling.
Thank you so much.
Nice
Cheers, darling.
Good to meet you.
I'm now going to get it.
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, accent now.
Yeah.
But go to my website. That recipe for the posset is there, and if you like the cookie or the scone, thank you, Sister Mary Alice. That'll all be there.
If you need anything, just give me a bell and I'll be over.
Tea with Alfie.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
MiMe Global is your premier local resource for all things 3D. At MiMe, we make 3D portraits of you, your pets, and cake toppers. Or witness your child's growth year over year and get their graduation MiMe for free. Photos don't last, but a MiMe lasts a lifetime. Visit the MiMe store, located in the Round Glass building on Belmont. Get your own 3D printer, where we assemble, repair, and get it running right. We even give you a discount on materials. At MiMe, we know 3D.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
You already know us for our top-tier windows, but what about our advanced gutter systems? With our Double Pro gutter filtration, 2 layers of industrial-grade aluminum keeps debris out of your gutters and drives rainwater away from your home. Plus, our continuous hanger technology reinforces your entire gutter system for maximum strength and drainage. And we'll install it all in as little as 1 day. Why wait for the next storm to get gutters that perform? Not only do we stand behind our gutters, we hang on them.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid.
Mara, we want to help you find a ring that's as unique as your love. We'll guide you through the entire process, from deciding between natural and lab-grown diamonds, discovering the perfect stone, to finding the setting that fits your style. And with our in-store repair services, we'll make sure your ring looks stunning for years to come. Whether you're looking for timeless elegance or a modern twist, we'll work with you and your price range to find the perfect ring.
Get real, get Kamara.
Hi, I'm John Stanko.
And I'm Robbie Fellman from Boardman Subaru, introducing the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid.
The most fuel-efficient Forester ever, with up to 40% better fuel economy.
And over 580 miles of driving range per tank of gas.
With increased horsepower and torque, while being the lowest emissions Forester ever.
The Forester is one of the best-selling and most award-winning SUVs in America.
Test drive yours today at Boardman Subaru.
Just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
John Trevelin is a manager with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and he manages parks and watercraft. And you have 3 parks under your jurisdiction.
Yes, I manage West Branch out in Portage County, Lake Milton, and Nelson Kennedy Ledges, which is where we're at today.
And, you know, I always thought that Nelson Ledges was, you know, the Party Quarry Park, or it was the Raceway.
Yeah.
But I never realized that there was a section that's owned by the state of Ohio, and it's been over
it's for several decades.
Years.
It's for several decades. ODNR's had this property, and we're really known for our trails here. This is the rock outcrops and other things. We're not the quarry park, and we're obviously not the racetrack, but we have some of the great hiking spots in Northeast Ohio.
And I am really excited to see all this wonder, because he's like, you've got to come out. Well, I was really surprised when you told me that this was under your direction, because I didn't realize the state was involved out here in Nelson. We know about the Quarry Park, we know about the Raceway, but I had no idea that we had all these, you know, wonderful hiking trails.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we're most known for up here. You know, Nelson is one of the hidden gems in Ohio.
Right.
When you talk to people that, you know, peruse the internet and stuff, Nelson Ledges is often one of the top 10 hidden gems in Ohio. And looking forward to kind of bringing you out on the trails today and showing you what it's all about.
And they're really not that involved. I mean, some of them are difficult, but they're not long. What? They're all less than a mile.
So we have about 3 miles in trails total, and there's some difficulty. There's some that are easy. Our white trails, the one that loops around, and there's some terrain changes there. The red trail is fairly difficult. You need to, there's some tight openings that you're going to have to go through, and obviously we want people to stay on trail and have good footwear and other things in order to kind of come into an environment like this. So.
And what are some of the highlights? Like, what are some of the, you know, sites that we are going to see?
So when people pull in, 2 of the big draws here are obviously going to be our waterfalls. We also have some trails and caves and just really unique rock formations. If you're into photography, you're going to be impressed with what you see up here. This is some really unique terrain, really neat vegetation, really neat rock formations. So,
well, I am excited. So we're going to get the 25-cent tour with John. So what does these double squares mean? We're on the yellow trail.
We're on the yellow trail right now, which is one of our mid-range trails. And those things that we're looking at on the rocks are what we call blazes.
Okay.
And those help identify that you're on the trail and you're going in the right direction.
And now we're taking a left.
Yeah, so these ones that are side by side.
Where are we?
And we're headed right into what we call Old Maid's Kitchen, which is one of our points of interest.
Oh, this is cool. So this is a cave.
Think of days and ages before we had things in our region like Geauga Lake and, you know, other things that people did for entertainment. So State Route 282 was one of the ways that people got from to Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Right.
And this was a great place to stop off. As you might have noticed when we walked in here, there was a little bit of a temperature change.
Oh, it's
Think about hot summer days when you kind of get to experience this, and it's like natural air conditioning before everything was air conditioning.
We don't take advantage of our own history and natural resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This place is unique. You know, people have been coming here for a long time, longer than I've been on the planet.
Exactly.
And I remember being a kid coming here, and you know, when I learned that I got to work here and be one of the people to help maintain it and open it up for the next things, next generation of customers.
Well, you're doing a good job promoting it. You got me here.
So as you kind of look here, you can kind of see where the red trail kind of cut down and go through some of those areas. But these are examples of the blazes. And just kind of ask our guests to try to stay on trail and be alert.
So the red goes here and then right down there.
Goes right down there.
Well, maybe, you know, when I return, I will be in tip-top shape for the red. So we have good air quality here.
So it's kind of neat, though, how all this stuff kind of blends in and all the natural shades. But you can see the different layers of the stone. You can see some of those honeycombing effects that I talked about earlier. You can see some of the cross-bedding, but you can clearly see the sandstone quartz exposed in some areas and where it gets eroded. And eventually some of that erosion happens and these things slump over, and that's why they refer to these as slump blocks. You can actually kind of see that piece that we're looking at right now was part of that one that was above it at one point.
And it dropped.
And erosion, wind, water took this all away, and eventually, through thousands of years, it landed there.
So this is probably one of the easier trails?
Yeah, we're on the White Trail. We're on our way towards Minnehaha Falls, and as you can see, it's pretty level.
Right.
Pretty easy to traverse. Not a lot of elevation changes.
Yeah, this is really very, very nice. And unfortunately, it's been dry, huh, again?
Yeah, the water flow's a little low for right now, but I think you can get an idea of what it's like when we have water pushing over that.
It's still really pretty. Well, I'm going to tell you, we covered a lot of ground today.
Yes, we did.
And you're a very good tour guide, John.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. It's,
yes. So, okay, so we did the Minnehaha Falls.
Yes, checked out the 2 waterfalls. We saw Cascade.
Cascade Falls.
We saw Minnehaha. We went through
the kitchen.
Old Maid's Kitchen.
And we saw all of the, chords, the reliefs. I mean, there is just really a lot going on here.
Yeah, I kind of hope you got to see why a lot of people refer to this as a hidden gem in Ohio.
Exactly.
There's a lot of great reasons to get outside. It's good for our health.
And then you got the gorge. No, and I mean, you look at that. Oh, look at the people we've passed. It's been young and old. And,
yeah, you got a nice spectrum of people coming up here. The folks that know about this place, many have witnessed it and experienced it, and they want to come back. And there's some good reasons for that.
Well, I guarantee that I will be returning, and
great to hear.
I'll let you know. I'm going to even try the Red Trail.
I'm looking forward to it.
And if I survive, I will let you know how it goes. But no, it's not that dangerous. But I just can't believe this is 30 minutes from me.
This place is close, it's convenient, and it's got a lot of adventure.
And it's free.
And it's free.
And all seasons it's open. I mean, this is stunning. Stunning. Thank you.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.